Here we are once again, Tolkien Fanatics, with another army review, and I'm kind of on this trend of doing good armies, so I'm just going to stick with it, mostly because this is actually a short army review, and I'm breaking the new pattern I said I was going to do, where I do like a 3 video breakdown, because this is a pretty short army, but it's one that I've been playing with a little bit lately, and I thought I wanted to go ahead and just talk about it some. So I'm going to be doing Numenor um, today. And like I said, short army, all of 4 models, so I didn't see a point of making 2 different videos with the heroes and the warriors. I'll just talk about it and then maybe give a little bit of my thoughts at the end. So we're going to go ahead and dive right into it, and we'll talk about the army bonus for this, and it is 1 by 1, the free lands in Middle-earth fell to the power of the ring, but there were some who resisted. And that's just a +1 to courage value. For all friendly Numenor models, which is the same thing as Minas Tirith. So, kind of makes sense. Minas Tirith comes from Numenor, and they get the same army bonus, being +1 to courage, which is huge. Courage has definitely become a big thing in today's game. So, you definitely want to have that if you can get it, especially since you can't get a Warhorn with this army. So, that kind of hurts. So, we'll go ahead and dive right into the big guy himself, and that is Elendil, High King of Gondor and Arnor, and he is a beast. He's very expensive. If you're playing like 800 points or below, he's going to make up 25% or more of your army if you take him, because you're probably going to fully kit him, which I think is just the smart thing to do. But he hits like a freight train, and quite well so, because of how expensive he is. So he is a hero of legend. So that on that note, you're going to be passing your first broken test in courage, for courage, stand fast. He is fight value 7, which is huge. I think he's one of the few. I think he's the only man model that's fight 7. Trying to think off the top. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's the only one who's fight 7. You have to. I mean, that's elves. That's Glorfindel and Elrond level right there. Actually, I think Elrond's fight 6. So that's Glorfindel level at the least with fight 7. Strength 5, so he's very strong. That's awesome. Defense 7, 3 attack, 3 wounds, courage 6, 331 for might, will, fate. So with the army bonus, he'd be courage 7, which makes it very, very unlikely that you would ever fail a courage check with him, which is really good. Now, there's a lot of neg courage buffs out there, so even with the neg courage buff, or debuff, I'm sorry, taking him back to base value of 6, that's still really good. You're still going to have a very high percentage of passing all courage checks. I mean, what is it? You basically just need 4 out of 12, so you've got yourself like a 66% chance, if not better, to pass it. Actually, it's a lot higher than that. I don't know. Don't ask me. I can't do my math right now. But you got a really good chance of passing it. Anyway, his war gear is heavy armor and Narzil. So Narzil is It has an active, which is weird. I guess it's because if he's paralyzed, you can't use this bonus. But basically, Narzil is a master forged hand and a half weapon, or master forged hand and a half weapon, hand and a half sword. Additionally, Elendil may call a heroic combat each turn without expending might. So you get a free heroic combat, and it's Master Forge hand in half, which means you go 2-handed for free. That's huge. He has the ability to also be put on a horse and take a shield. So now a lot of people say, like, I'm never going to take a shield. What's the point of taking a shield? Yeah, if you go 2-handed, you lose the shielding bonus. But if you are being shot at and you have the shield, then you still get the shield bonus. So you would be defense 8. And then another thing you can do with it is you can then shield. So if he is trapped for some reason, you can shield with him and have 6 dice to potentially win a fight and just make your enemy back away if you're in a very bad situation. Very sticky situation. Say, for example, he gets trapped because he gets paralyzed, That has happened before to me with my heroes, where you be paralyzed, and being paralyzed instantly makes you go prone. So I definitely think it's a smart idea to take the shield. Even if the majority of the time you're going to be giving up that bonus to your defense, because you're going to be using that Master Force hand and a half sword as a 2-handed weapon, it's worth it. So he also has, for heroic actions, he has strike, strength, defense, and challenge. And I think that's really great that he has strength, because he's already strength 5. Um, Tag that up to the fact that he could get to strength 8 with +1 to wound going two handed. Yeah, he's like cream puffing. He's just cream puffing weak things. Oh, your defense 6. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and heroic strength up to 8. Oh, now I'm mooning you on threes. Oh, +1, that's twos. Yeah. Very rare situations where you actually see that being needed, but it's a potential to be done. So, pretty cool. Um, he's got two special rules outside of Narzil. High King of Gondor and Arnor, so his stand fast is 12 inches rather than the 6. That's pretty awesome. And then he has Unbending Resolve, which he always counts as having the Fortified Spirit magical power cast upon him. This is always in effect, even if his will is reduced to 0. So if I don't remember exactly, you guys who are spellcasting people can shoot me for this, but I'm pretty sure Fortified Spirit gives you 2 extra dice to resist spells. So yeah, basically he's got 5 will, quote unquote, that he could throw in one turn to resist a spell. And of course, naturally, if he doesn't, he wouldn't have any after that. But having 2 extra dice from there on out, if I guess again, I may be wrong on this for Fortified Spirit. So somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what Fortified Spirit is, because resistance to magic is 1, and I thought Fortified Spirit was 2 dice free 2 dice to resist. Even if it's just 1 dice as resistance to magic, that's still pretty good. Don't get me wrong. So moving on, we move to his son Isildur, and he is a hero of valor. He's a little bit weaker than his father, but not by a lot. He's fight 6, strength 5. Defense 7, so still that strength 5, defense 7 did I say that right? Yeah, strength 5, defense, yeah, there we go. Strength 5, defense 7. Oh man, I suck at recording these. 3 attack, 3 wound, courage 6. 3/2/2 for might, will, fate. So he swaps a will point for a fate point. So not a bad, offset there, will to fate wise, because sometimes you see these guys oftenly done as a last alliance type thing where you have Numenor allied with Rivendell, and they'll take Isildur over taking Elendil for some cheaper points, and then you're still going to have you could potentially have Isildur be your leader as a hero of valor if you ally in, I don't know, say Glorfindel, like I talked about earlier, who's also a hero of valor. Moving on, his war gear includes heavy armor and a hand and a half sword. Fortunately, it's not Master Forge, so if you do go two-handed with this, you're going to lose that. You're going to be taking that -1 penalty. His upgrades are horse, shield, and the ring. He can only carry the ring as long as Elendil or Narian is not in the force. Narian. We're not even going to talk about that, okay? His heroic options are strike and strength, so not bad there. And that's another reason why sometimes you take Isildur over. I'm sorry, this is backtracking. You take Isildur in like a last alliance list over Elendil, because then you can take the ring in that list. So you have that ability. Of course, don't forget the downside is if you're mounted and you put the ring on, your horse automatically flees, so you would be on foot. But yes, he has strike and strength for his heroic actions. Back to that, which isn't bad at all. I think those are 2 very good ones to have. Not as good as having defense and challenge, but those are the 2 big ones. That's kind of what you need. And he has the Blood of Numenor special rule, and that is a model with this special rule gains resistance to magic while they are within 6 inches of Elendil, Isildur, or Anarian. So basically, keep him near himself, so he automatically gets it, because he's always going to be within 6 inches of himself or his father, and he's going to have resistance to magic. Next model, we have Captain of Numenor. They are fight 5, which is pretty good, because most men captains are fight 4. Strength 4, defense 5, 2 attack, 2 wound, courage 4. So a bit of a drop off there in that courage value. 2/1/1 for might, will, fate, like a typical captain. He has armor and sword, heroic march, as you would expect. He can be upgraded with horse, bow, heavy armor, lance, and shield. So it's pretty important to note that he can take the heavy armor upgrade, because he is only upgraded with, or he only comes with armor. So if you give him heavy armor and a shield, he's going to get up to defense 7, which is pretty good. It's nice to have your your leader, your no-name captains and no-name heroes or minor heroes be defense 7. That way, something that's strength 4 isn't walking up and dinging him on the head with a 5. They do get a bit pointy to get them up there. My usual loadout is, horse, heavy armor, lance, and shield. So that right there is about 25 points or so of upgrades. It's worth it, I think, because then he's going to have some extra hitting power. Because honestly, your 3 heroes mounted are the only mobility you have in this army unless you ally in. So they also have the Blood of Numenor special rule. So just basically keep them near Elendil, Isildur, or Anarion. Yeah, I'm gonna do that every time, guys. Just saying. And they'll have 1 extra dice to resist, which is great. And then last but not least, the Warrior Numenor. Fight 4, strength 4, defense 4, 1 attack, 1 wound, courage 3, armor and a shield. Upgrades are banner, bow, shield, and spear. They're not bad. You would wish that they would be defense 5 base, so that way they can get to defense 6. But having them be strength 4, defense 5, I mean, that's kind of the cross between a Morannon and a Mordor Orc. You got the strength of the Morannon, but the defense of a Mordor Orc. But the fight value of a Guard of the Fountain Court. So they're a pretty interesting combo there with their stats. I say the defense of a Orc because defense of an Orc at 4. So I mean, you can just I usually give everyone a shield. You want to get that defense 5. That way, strength 2 bows aren't kind of in you in the butt. It kind of hurts for your own archers when they're defense 4 because they're getting in the butt. But they're basically just warriors of Minas Tirith, minus 1 point to defense. But shifting that from the defense to the fight value is pretty good because there's still a lot of fight value 3 armies out there, and that kind of helps you out. And then they do have the special rule of Blood of Numenor, which again gives them a resistance to magic if they're within 6 inches of Elendil, Isildur, or Narion. So yeah, that's everything for Numenor. Totally just forgot their name. Wow, I should myself. They have 1 green ally, and that is, as you have already guessed by what I have said, Rivendell. And I will say Rivendell is actually fun to combo with them. They make a fun ally. Ooh, excuse me. So if you guys haven't seen it, go check out my battle report I did with my good friend Josh Parrish, who came down with his good friend Richie. The 2 of them came down for a weekend, but Josh and I played a very thematic matchup of Barad-dûr, First My Last Alliance. And it was Sauron and a bunch of scary dudes against My Last Alliance army. It's actually a pretty favorite battle report. So if you haven't seen it, I'll leave a link. Definitely go check it out. But yeah, that is everything for Numenor. Let me know which army you guys want to see. I know I've been doing a lot of good armies, like I said. They're kind of easier to do because they're smaller. The Rangers, Arnor, stuff of that. They're usually a little easier than evil armies just because there's fewer army profiles to go through, and it's just quicker and simpler to make a 14-minute video like this than it is to try and do out 3 different videos. But I am looking to do 1 evil army that I actually want to get into playing. So I'm hoping to have that out in the next couple weeks, and that'll be a longer one. So that'll be like a triple video. But as always, guys, thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe for more regular content. Show it to your friends. Do whatever. And until next time, enjoy your Middle Earth Legendarium.